Usually, it's known a church to be a place of worship. And today, we want to change that perspective. And this perspective was changed with the Well of Wisdom Altar Church, whereby, literally, it's our Father's house which hosts our children. So we'll get to hear more from Zion's Children's Home, whereby they'll tell us how they came to be hosted in this house of God.
The landlord stormed the premises early Saturday morning, accompanied by goons who forcefully evicted them and vandalized the doors.
So mimi ningetaka tu serikali saidia watu hatujui watalala wapi leo na unakaa sasa hivi vitu zote ziko nje.
So today we are here with one of the directors for Zion Children's Home who literally live in their father's house. So welcome, introduce yourself and tell us where we are.
Oh, thank you so much. Privilege having you. I go by the name Zion Jerry. We are at Kasarani Hunters, place inaitwa Keroka Village. Yeah.
So Zion, tell us what you do and how it came about for you being hosted in this church.
Okay, so Zion Children's Home actually started in the year 2001 when I was 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah, back in Madare slums. The founders, my late mom, Reverend Margaret Wanjiru, together with my dad, Apostle Simon Mwangi. So actually it was a privilege. Zion was named after me.
Oh, wow.
Because I have the heart for the kids and everything. So we started way back in Madare slums. Zion started as a daycare institute. Ndio tukaenda ikakuwa children's home. It was run by my mom and dad all that time till 2007. Due to clashes, we came to Kasarani. So after coming to Kasarani, tukaenda pale Hunters karibu na PCA. Tukakuja hapo, tukakuwa tunaishi hapo, ikakuwa rental. So that in 2020, my mom passed on.
Oh, sorry for that.
Yeah, my mom passed on due to abrupt blood sugar, but it was due to that stress. The children were evicted from the initial place.
Okay, so maybe before we come to that, maybe you can tell us about growing up with these children in the same house. How did it make you feel? Like you have your own parents, but there are other children, still they need attention of your parents.
Okay, so when we were growing up, of course I have siblings. I have 2 sisters and I'm the firstborn there behind me. So I came to understand. Unajua ukiwa mtoto umegrow na watoto. So ushawapenda. It was one thing I grew love. But when sasa tuna grow tunaona vitu zina change, tunapata madem pia our attention mingi kutoliko una feel vibaya, lakini hata yuko huko ni juu kitu alikuwa nayo at heart calling. So na alikuwa she was a philanthropist, so everything she did was for good. Yeah, so Nange have to take care of all of us.
So you've also mentioned that it was like a daycare back in Madare. So how did it come to be a children's home? Like what kind of situations your parents were able to analyze now to make it like a children's home and also be able to take these children to live with them?
Okay, first of all, my mom and dad walikuwa ministers of the gospel. So actually they were not living in Madare, they were living in Kino. And they were business people. My mom was a secretary and my dad was a businessman. So wakaambiwa waende Madare, kuna mission wanafaa ku accomplish. So si wakaacha job zao wanaenda Madare wasikie, they go ahead. So ndio wakaenda Madare, ndio wakaanza na daycare, jua wataanza wapi na wajua you know it's a new place, so you're starting to live a new life.
Sure.
So ndio hiyo through hiyo daycare unapata msee analeta mtoto daycare anamwacha hivyo, so
anamwacha anaenda kabisa,
anaenda hadi amekumachwa hadi hiyo 20 bob. Sasa mkumbuka mama tukigrow up unajua nakupea story, anakuambia imagine sasa kama Mercy, there is a case of a girl right now she's doing form 4 na alikuwa among the children wenye waliachwa kwa children's home hiyo time. Sasa kalikuwa na kwa shiako sasa baadaye ndio alipia nguo pampers zake, sasa akaachwa kwa daycare na kalikuwa 20 bob hiyo si kalikuwa kaachwe forever.
Mzazi akaenda na kaenda kabisa,
na kaenda hadi waliacha irudi. So like wengi wenye waliachwa ndio tulianzanga pia nao children's home.
So that means these children that you take care of, some are orphans, some are abandoned.
Yeah. Actually the main cause of Zion Children's Home, you know, of course, it's a faith-based institution, but it deals with abandoned, total orphans.
Okay. So maybe now you can tell us, we saw news that was trending back then. I think it was in 2020. So courtesy of KTN, we have a short clip to show our audience, and also you can tell us about that situation.
Actually, it was a very awkward moment. Nakumbuka hiyo time hata tulikuwa tu kwa nyumba na ile tu watu wameamka. So mama bado hakuwa ameenda center na dadi hakuwa ameenda, hata mimi sikuwa nimeenda. Sote tulikuwa home tu. So ndio au goons wakakaa wakavamia. But our goons ni sons wa our side walikuwa wameturentisha hapo. Unaona? But initially they wanted to need that place, to sell that place, but ni kama kwa nataka kutuuzia but watu ambi. So they forcibly evicted the children.
So hakuna notice mlikuwa mmepewa?
Hakukuwa hata notice.
And the rent arrears they are claiming?
The rent arrears ilikuwa hiyo time ya COVID. Alafu tunajua vitu zilikuwa zimepanda. So vitu zilikuwa tu high.
And you've mentioned about COVID. How did you guys manage like to take care of these children during those hard times? We know some of the people, they lost their jobs. Like it was very hard. So how did you guys manage?
Actually, during that COVID time, mom and dad really bought a lot of food for these children. Unajua watoto kama ni meal moja, bundle ni nusu ya ugali, mchele 12 kgs. So unaweza imagine lunch na supper, usha spend over 10,000. Na nyinyi home bado hamjakula. So it was very difficult. But the moment my mom passed on, hatujaiba food tena. At times I see her death was a blessing in disguise. Kuna kitu alituambia na dad before pass. Akasema yeye pesa akonazo hatuwezi maliza. It may not be manual money, but ni maybe an ending. Unapata kitu kama ikiwa karibu kuisha, God tu anatuma msee, sasa Zion mko? Haya, nimetumana hapo bags 5 za mchele. Na sasa hiyo mchele ndio ilikuwa inakaribia kuisha, so mleke. Okay, unapata mwingine hadi ana buy cereals ananipigia. Sasa ile tuko karibu kuisha, hata sijui ana time mingi aje. Sasa niko na cereals hapa, nilikuwa nataka zile.
Wow.
So like it was very hard for me like to cope after mom passed on. It was like kai sisi vitu zitakuwa so hard for me. So penye madhali pasi ilibidi tushikane na my dad. He's a very great man, I really respect him. So tumekuwa tukiwork in hand with my father.
Okay, so very sorry about the death of your mom. So maybe you can also tell us the transition, you being her daughter, and of course she has these other children, having a mother figure. How are you guys able to process the loss?
It was very hard. The one thing being a firstborn, lazima ujifanye uko struggle for your siblings and our watoto wengine. Because my mom was a go-getter, hakuwa give up. That's one thing I really liked about her. So the loss was not manageable. Unakaa hadi sahi sijai heal. Wenye wase usema sijui time heals. Me for me have never healed. I think maybe with time one day unapatanga any achievement you're making, you're like madhe angekuwa ningefeel kitu ningefeel kwa ku celebrate na hizi vitu. So like her dream was like we buy the land for the kids. Sasa venye alipass tukafanya harambee. People came managed to raise 2 million and we bought a place.
Yeah, maybe before now the harambee, how after being evicted, like how are you able to go through that situation that night? What happened? Did the kids sleep outside? Did you like find someone to host you? Like what happened during that situation?
Okay, first thing, watu wadogo tuliwa host home kwetu. Sisi tukatandika mattresses wakalala hapo that night. I can't forget. So since this church belongs to my dad, akasema si tunaweza tu gawanisha church, watoto tu wakae tuache kujipe stress. So pia mama akasema, but that's a good idea. So that's how the church rescued the children.
So your dad is a reverend, a bishop, a pastor?
Ni bishop, apostle.
Great.
So yeye ndio amekuwa rescue all that time.
So that's why now you decided to cohabit the church and now the home.
The home.
So maybe you can show us inside, tuoneshe vile huwa mnalala, ikifika usiku mnafanya aje. But I'm very curious about on Sundays. Since nimeona kuna viti, kuna stand. So on Sundays what happens?
On Sundays sasa hizi viti zetu tunazisongesha nyuma kabisa. Tunaweka viti za church mbele. So wenye watakuja mwisho service watakaa nyuma.
Na bado pia Sunday school ni hapo?
Sunday school.
Mna worship wote pamoja?
Tuna worship si wote pamoja. This is also my church. Ndio imenigrisha.
So maybe a little bit about yourself. Like now about Zion. Vile umetuambia vile ume grow up. Maybe you can tell us hata shule umesoma hadi wapi. And tell us like sometimes, not just sometimes a human being feel like giving up, but you need to be strong. You tell us if you've ever faced that situation and like what was your most difficult situation in doing this noble cause?
For me, I'm a graduate in Somea Tech University. I cleared actually 2020. Actually venye madhe alipass nilimaliza shule hiyo mwaka tu. So na pia I do music. Music is my talent.
At Tech you did which course?
I did IT. Usiniambie mbona zipeleka.
Wow.
I did IT but I see myself in the music, while I see myself in the fashion because that's what I love doing. But EIT imenisaidia kwenye kufanya kama digital marketing, brand ambassador, strategizing and everything. But pia ilinisaidia.
So this is your full-time job? You take it, taking care of these children as a full-time job, ama you have still another part-time job that you do?
See, now I do music.
Music,
so music is my also other job because my talent was identified by my mom.
Wow.
Na saa venye alipass, dada aliniambia, imagine you have to make your mother proud. So I had to stand again and make her proud. Sasa napatanga achievement na make kosa mom na feel baya na feel down because angekuwa tu na furaha.
And I'm sure your mom is very proud. Because it's not easy leaving this big task to a young lady, a young beautiful lady and a musician. So I'm sure your mom is very proud, very proud of you, and we're also very proud of what you've been doing.
Thank you.
So tell us about that situation. Maybe it happened once, I feel like, oh, I need to give up. Then something maybe could drive usi give up.
It was actually venye madhe alipass because she passed on October. So sindio January. Shule. School fees. So everything was like, mom tunataka hii.